My girlfriend Becca confessed, "I called 911 and claimed you hit me so you'd leave poker night. The police arrived." My reply was simply, "Creative." A doorbell camera later revealed footage of her staging the incident, rehearsing her story, and physically harming herself. Consequently, she was arrested for filing a false report and misusing emergency services. At that exact moment, I, 31, male, held a winning hand in poker when my phone vibrated across the table. Becca had called 11 times. A text followed, "Come home now or you'll regret it." I stepped outside to call her. She answered instantly. "Where are you?" Her voice trembled, but it felt artificial. "Poker night, as I told you 3 days ago." "What's wrong?" "I need you home right now." "Becca, what happened? Are you okay?" A prolonged, unnatural pause. "Just come home." "I'll be there at midnight, She hung up. Odd, but she'd been temperamental recently. I returned to the game. 20 minutes later, an unknown number called. "This is Officer Davis. Are you the resident of apartment 4B? My stomach sank. "Yes, what's going on?" "We're responding to a domestic violence call. Your girlfriend claims you struck her. We need you here immediately." Time seemed to stop. "I've been at my friend's house since 6. I haven't touched." "Sir, come home now." I drove as if my life depended on it, because it truly seemed to. 2 patrol cars were outside my building. Neighbors filmed from their windows. Perfect. My door was ajar. 2 officers were inside. Becca sat on the couch with an ice pack, tears streaming, appearing genuinely traumatized. "That's him." She pointed at me as if I were armed. Officer Davis stepped forward. "Sir, your girlfriend alleges you hit her during an argument around 6:30 p.m. before you left." "Impossible. I left for poker at 5:45 and have been there since." 5 witnesses. "He's lying." Becca stood, face red, the ice pack falling. "He was drunk. He got angry when I asked him to stay home and he hit me." The female officer observed me, scrutinizing. "Can anyone corroborate your whereabouts?" "Yes, 5 people. I have texts, timestamps, everything." Becca's expression flickered, a brief moment of panic. That's when it hit me. "Officers, I have a Ring doorbell. Would you like to see what truly occurred?" Her face went stark white. I pulled out my phone, opened the app, and found the 5:43 p.m. footage. It showed me leaving, saying, "Love you. See you later." Her voice responded, "Have fun, babe." Then I skipped to 6:45 p.m. Becca approached the door, glanced both ways down the hallway, and began talking to herself. "Okay, he hit me." "No, he pushed me first, then hit me." She slapped her own cheek, lightly at first, then harder. "Smack! Ow!" "Okay." She checked her reflection in the door's glass, then smacked herself again. "Perfect. He'll come home now." She actually smiled, then composed her face into an expression of devastation and went inside. The police fell silent. I looked at Becca. "Creative. That's not—" "I didn't—" Her voice was barely a whisper. Officer Davis exchanged a look with his partner. An unspoken communication passed between them. "Ma'am, filing a false police report is a misdemeanor. Misuse of 911 is another misdemeanor. And you just admitted on video to fabricating evidence of a felony assault. I just wanted him to come home. He's always leaving me alone. I was upset. So you committed 3 crimes?" The female officer took out handcuffs. Turn around. "What?" "No, I didn't mean— He made me do this. He's never here." "Ma'am, turn around." The ensuing meltdown was spectacular, screaming, crying, begging. The neighbors certainly got their money's worth. They read her Miranda rights while she wailed that I was ruining her life. The irony was lost on her. After they took her away, Officer Davis handed me his card. "You'll need to give a formal statement tomorrow. Keep that footage and seriously consider getting a restraining order. People who do this once typically escalate." I spent the night on my couch. I couldn't sleep in our bed. The whole place felt contaminated. At 1:47 a.m., I received a text from her mom. "You had my daughter arrested over a misunderstanding. Drop the charges now. That's not how criminal charges work." But it revealed exactly what kind of family I was dealing with. Kimon Update 1. A week later, Becca made bail. Her parents posted $5,000 to free their precious angel. My first action was to call a lawyer. I found Patricia, a sharp woman specializing in false accusation cases. She'd seen this before. "You did everything right," she affirmed after watching the footage. That premeditation, that's going to bury her. What should I expect? She smiled, not a kind smile. War. These cases bring out the absolute worst in people. She was right. Day 3. Becca's best friend called from a blocked number. You're seriously pressing charges? Over a mistake? She was emotional. She committed perjury and tried to get me arrested for felony assault. Not exactly a whoopsie. You're going to ruin her life over this. No, she ruined her own life. I just had a doorbell camera. You're such a jerk. She loved you. Funny way of showing it. Click. Then her sister started posting on social media. Vague at first. Some people are so heartless. Then more direct. Imagine getting your girlfriend arrested because you can't handle an argument like an adult. I screenshotted everything. Patricia advised documenting it all. Meanwhile, Detective Morrison, probably in his mid-40s and looking tired, called, requesting a recorded statement. You're lucky you had that camera, he said. Without it, you'd be the one in cuffs. I'm aware. She's lawyered up. Public defenders are trying to negotiate a plea. But that footage, he shook his head. She rehearsed it. That's premeditation. The DA isn't feeling generous. Good. He raised an eyebrow. Most guys in your position are emotional about this. You seem calm. I'm furious, but being emotional doesn't help me. Being smart does. He nodded approvingly. Keep that energy. You're going to need it. Next came property division. Becca wanted her belongings. Patricia advised having a witness present for everything. Don't be alone with her ever again. One more accusation, even if it's dismissed, creates a pattern she can use against you. So when Becca texted asking to talk, I replied, You can pick up your belongings Saturday at 2 p.m. My attorney's paralegal will be present. 30 minutes only. Her response, Are you serious right now? I just want to talk. All communication through your lawyer or mine. See you Saturday. She arrived with her mom, sister, dad, and best friend, as if she needed backup to grab some clothes. Her dad immediately tried intimidation. You should be ashamed of yourself getting a woman arrested. A woman who falsely accused me of assault. Potato. Her sister interjected. She wouldn't have done it if you treated her better. Patricia's paralegal cleared her throat. We're here to collect belongings only. The apartment resident has requested no personal discussions. Becca barely looked at me. When she did, it was with pure hatred. She started grabbing clothes, bathroom items, then reached for the 65-inch TV. That's mine, I stated calmly. We bought it together. I bought it. You wanted the bigger screen. I paid the extra $600. Check your Venmo history. Her mom chimed in. It's just a TV. Stop being petty. Then she won't mind leaving it. Her dad stepped closer. You know what? You're a small man. A real man would... What? Let his girlfriend frame him for domestic violence? Interesting definition of masculinity you have there. He turned red but had no comeback. They loaded her belongings while I supervised. As they finished, Becca tried one last time. I'm sorry, okay? I was stupid. Can't we just figure this out? Nope. That's it? Just nope? Yep. Her best friend got in my face. You're really going to let her go to court over this? She made a mistake. She's got anxiety. And I've got a Ring doorbell. Funny how technology works. After they left, I found something under the couch, a small notebook. Her handwriting. Therapy talking points. Make him feel guilty about poker nights. Bring up his emotional unavailability. Get him to agree to a joint. Account for transparency. Page after page of manipulation tactics, ways to isolate me from friends, how to gain access to my finances. Red flags I'd missed. I photographed every page and sent them to Patricia. Her reply, Oh, this keeps getting better. Discovery is going to be fun. 3 days later, Becca's public defender called Patricia trying to negotiate. They wanted the charges reduced to a violation, no jail time, sealed record. Patricia's response. Your client rehearsed a false felony accusation on camera, injured herself to create evidence, and wasted emergency resources that could have gone to actual victims. Counteroffer. She pleads to all charges, takes the conviction, and my client doesn't file a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. You have 48 hours. They didn't take the deal. Fine by me. Let's go to trial, update 2. The entitlement escalated. The preliminary hearing was last week. Becca showed up in a conservative dress, hair pulled back, minimal makeup, the "I'm a good girl who made a mistake" costume. The prosecutor laid out the case, the video, the self-inflicted injuries, the premeditation, the waste of police resources. Becca's public defender tried arguing a mental health. That's when things went nuclear. First, Becca's mom started a Facebook campaign. She posted a long screed about innocent women being persecuted by the system and vindictive ex-boyfriends who manipulate evidence. She tagged me, my employer, and my family. My mom saw it and went absolutely feral. She posted her own response with screenshots of the court documents showing Becca was charged with filing a false report. Interesting how you think video evidence of your daughter hitting herself is manipulation. Maybe teach her not to commit crimes instead of blaming the victims of her lies. Becca's mom tried to claim I doctored the footage. Multiple people pointed out that Ring cameras have metadata that proves authenticity. She deleted everything within an hour, but the damage was spreading. My gym membership got weird looks. The front desk girl who used to chat with me suddenly went cold. Apparently, Becca's sister had told everyone there that I got away with assault on a technicality. I pulled the manager aside, showed him the court documents, and explained the situation. He was understanding but said, "You understand why we have to be careful." Sure. Guilty until proven innocent, even with proof. Then came the really crazy escalation. Becca filed for a restraining order against me. She claimed I was harassing her family, stalking her social media, and threatening her through mutual friends. All complete fiction. But I still had to take a day off work, hire Patricia to represent me at the hearing, and sit there while Becca cried about being terrified of me. Patricia came prepared. Phone records showing I'd blocked Becca's number. Social media data showing I'd blocked her and her family on everything. Witness statements from friends confirming I hadn't mentioned her name in weeks, except to my lawyer. The judge reviewed everything, then looked at Becca. "Ma'am, you're currently facing criminal charges for filing a false police report. Now you're here filing what appears to be a false restraining order claim. Do you see the pattern problem here?" Her public defender tried to intervene. The judge shut it down. Petition denied and counselor. Tell your client that filing false legal documents is going to make her criminal case significantly worse. Becca burst into tears. Her mom started yelling at the judge about protecting male abusers. The bailiff had to escort them out. But here's the thing. Even though I won, even though her petition was denied, people at work heard I had a restraining order hearing. They don't hear the outcome, just the accusation. My boss called me in. I'm not saying I believe anything, but HR is getting concerned about the situation. The situation where my ex is facing criminal charges for lying about me? I know, but optics matter. Maybe keep your head down for a while. Translation. You're radioactive until this blows over. That weekend, 11 p.m., I'm watching TV. Doorbell camera alerts. It's Becca. She's pounding on my door. "Open up, we need to talk." I called 911 immediately. I stayed inside, letting the camera record everything. "I know you're in there. You can't just ignore me. You ruined my life." She tried the doorknob, kicked the door, and screamed about how I was destroying her and that she'd make sure everyone knew the truth. The cops arrived in 6 minutes, found her still there mid-rant, and arrested her again. Violation of the no-contact order from her bail conditions. Patricia filed for an emergency protective order the next morning. It was granted immediately. The prosecutor called Patricia directly. "Your client's ex just violated bail conditions. We're adding witness intimidation to the charges. Her bail's getting revoked." Becca spent 5 days in lockup before her parents could scrape together a bondsman. During those 5 days, her dad called my office, somehow got through to my boss, and told him I was harassing his daughter and shouldn't be trusted around women. My boss called me in again. This time he looked irritated. "I'm getting really tired of this, but I need you to know it happened." I showed him everything. The court documents, the bail violation, the doorbell footage of her showing up at my place. He sighed. "I believe you, but this is becoming a distraction. I'm the victim here. I know, and I'm sorry, but perception matters. Let's get through the trial, and this will all blow over." Perception. That word kept coming up. Patricia filed harassment charges against Becca's dad for the work call. She also sent him a cease and desist for defamation. He backed off after that, but Becca's sister picked up where he left off, leaving 1-star reviews on my company's Google page, mentioning my name. HR had to get legal involved to remove them. Through all this, Becca's public defender kept trying to negotiate, each offer slightly worse than the last, as her behavior kept worsening her case. The final offer before trial: plead guilty to all charges, 90 days jail, 3 years probation, restitution for my legal fees. Patricia asked if I wanted her to accept it. No, I want a jury to hear exactly what she did, and I want the maximum sentence. It might not be worth it. Trials are expensive, time-consuming. I don't care. She tried to ruin my life. She tried to send me to prison. She stalked me, violated court orders, and sicked her family on me. I want everyone to hear what she did. Patricia smiled. Now we're talking. Let's destroy her. Final update. The trial was 3 days ago. I took the stand yesterday. Today they read the verdict. Guilty on all counts. The evidence was overwhelming. The doorbell footage played for the jury 4 times. You could hear the gasps each time she hit herself and checked her appearance. My testimony was straightforward. Patricia prepped me well. Just tell the truth. Don't embellish. Let the video do the heavy lifting. When Becca took the stand, she tried the waterworks, talking about being emotionally overwhelmed and just wanting attention, not to hurt anyone. The prosecutor asked, "So, you were willing to have the defendant arrested and potentially imprisoned for a felony to get attention?" I didn't think it through. But you rehearsed it multiple times, checking your appearance between attempts. That requires thought. No answer to that. Her character witnesses were a disaster. Her mom cried about her baby girl making one mistake. Her sister claimed I'd been emotionally abusive for months. Patricia destroyed that with the notebook showing Becca's planned manipulation tactics. Her best friend actually tried to say I'd probably done something to deserve the false accusation. The judge told her to stick to the questions asked. The jury deliberated for 90 minutes. They came back with guilty on filing a false police report, misuse of emergency services, filing a false instrument, and attempted witness intimidation for showing up at my door. Sentencing was today. The judge did not go easy. Miss Rodriguez, you didn't just lie to police. You weaponized the justice system against an innocent person. You wasted resources meant for actual victims. You showed no remorse until you faced consequences. And when those consequences came, you escalated by violating court orders. You've made it harder for real victims of domestic violence to be believed. That, more than anything, is unforgivable. Sentence: 364 days in county jail. 1 day short of a felony, but still maximum for a misdemeanor. Eligible for work release after 60 days if she maintains good behavior. 5. I started dating someone new last month. I told her the whole story on date 2. Figured it was better to get it out there. She actually knew about it. She had followed the case in the news. That doorbell camera saved your life, she said. Best 130 I ever spent. We're taking it slow. Trust doesn't come easy anymore. But she gets it. I ran into Becca's sister at a coffee shop last week. She pretended not to see me. I didn't push it. Some people will never admit they were wrong. The best part, I sleep well now. No more looking over my shoulder. No more wondering when the next accusation will drop. She's in jail. I'm free. Patricia framed a photo of the doorbell camera footage showing Becca rehearsing. She hung it in her office with the caption, "Why you always install cameras?" She uses it to convince new clients how important documentation is. To anyone reading this, install cameras everywhere. Front door, back door, anywhere someone could claim something happened. They're cheap, easy to install, and they will save your life when someone decides to weaponize the system against you. Becca thought she could manipulate reality. She forgot we live in the age of video evidence. She wanted me to come home early from poker night. Well, she got my attention, just not the way she planned. I'm currently working on a civil suit for defamation and emotional distress. Patricia thinks we have a solid case, especially with her family's harassment documented. They destroyed my reputation in my professional and social circles. Even though I won the criminal case, some people still look at me funny. That damage has a price. Becca's sitting in county jail serving her 364 days. Her mom's apparently trying to raise money for an appeal. Good luck with that when the video evidence is airtight. Life's not perfect. I'm still dealing with trust issues, still paranoid about accusations, still checking my doorbell camera obsessively. But I'm here. I'm free. And she's learning that actions have consequences.